Why is Windows the quintessential gaming platform? That's what I'm trying to find out. So I've found this. Well, why did I have the question in the first place, right? I was looking at .NET stuff because a Microsoft course that I'm taking used it as an example for everything, right? I do Node stuff, JavaScript, but that thing used .NET for every example, and I thought that's annoying. What is .NET? And I googled .NET, and yeah, it said that it's something related to C#. So let's see what C# is. And this thing, C#, it says that, yeah, here it mentions that C# was done to like heredate something to, I don't know, to inherit. It was done to inherit stuff from C++, and yeah, it says also here that it was done, that it has a big legacy together with .NET, right? So maybe they're tied together somehow, and I'm going to see what they are doing together. Okay, I found this video by this dude, and he basically says that the Visual C++ redistributable, it's also Visual C++, and it's not C#. This is basically a package of libraries that Visual Studio, the editor, uses to make the game, right? So or the application. So basically it says, here are the packages that my Visual Studio comes with where I program the game. These are what I need, and because maybe your PC doesn't have them, I put them in a redistributable file, and you get it as well as with my package, as well as with the game or with my application. And apparently Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code are different things. I kind of knew that, but I didn't really know why. And Visual Studio is like this proper IDE, so it's a big program that has like a lot of features to build software, right? It tells you many things, right? It has like tests built in and many other things. And VS Code is just like some program to open text files with some extensions. Apparently it has less to do with all this visual stuff and stuff like that, and it goes way back. It goes like way back till the Windows 95 days, when they got like John Carmack from Doom and Doom 2, and also gave Newell to like build stuff on Windows. They really pushed that. There's this ad that's pretty funny.
These games are getting really realistic. Next year I might...
And yeah, he talks about how they want to make Windows 95 the best gaming platform ever and stuff like that. So yeah, in this thread, a lot of people just say that the answer, well, the biggest answer has to do with this, with DirectX, well, Direct 3D versus OpenGL, right? And because DirectX is something that it's a graphics engine that works only on Windows, I think. Well, not only on Windows and yeah, Xbox. It's a Microsoft product. And yeah, DirectX not, but Direct 3D was in competence with OpenGL. That's like an open framework for graphics, but that's open, right? So let's see, there should be a link probably around here, right? Yeah, OpenGL is a cross-language, cross-platform API for graphics, right? So it's pretty old, so yeah, it was already there in these times, but Microsoft really won that battle. And yeah, most people say that the battle between DirectX, Direct3D versus OpenGL was important, and it's mentioned a lot. And also people mention the obvious market share, right? Windows had like 90% market share on personal computers. So if you were making games for something, it made much more sense to make them for Windows because you had a very big potential customer base. But in this battle is also interesting, and yeah, it says that DirectX won because there was like a lot of drama around there. It was an interesting read, but yeah. OpenGL fucked up and they fucked up their API, so Microsoft could win a bit there. And also in general, the developer experience for developing these games using Visual Studio tools and Microsoft tools and DirectX debuggers and stuff like that really made that easier than using OpenGL. Plus, OpenGL in some instances worked worse. Nowadays, it seems like it's more or less matched, and there's a game developer that makes like mid-tier games that says that they develop cross-platform for Linux as well using OpenGL and stuff like that, and that it's doable and that he enjoys it. But yeah, some others say that it's a mess developing on Linux games because you have to take a lot of things into account. So yeah, basically to reframe the question, it would be like the web runs on Linux because deving there is easy, right? Even 3D web development and stuff like that, WebGL, all that stuff. And why doesn't this happen in gaming, right? Why don't devs use Linux as well to develop for games? And then there would also be more cross-platform games and stuff like that, right? Why is there so much history with gaming on Windows? The first answer would obviously be money, right? So Windows had a really big market share, and if you want to make money with something, and like at webs where the money model is ads, gaming, you have to pay for the game, right? So you have a bigger user base. The platform where you consume and develop has to be kind of the same because the developer experience also was better on Windows, right? And also Microsoft, with all its money, really pushed for Windows to become a good platform for gaming, and they really dumped money on that. And also then the graphics battle is what comes into play now, so that Direct 3D versus OpenGL, where OpenGL fucked up in some stages, and thanks to like the now defunct 3D Labs, and that all that big history with John Cormack first starting to develop with OpenGL, but then moving to Direct 3D and doing all this Bill Gates stuff, and then the developer experience being with Direct 3D's API being like better regarded than OpenGL's, and in terms of usability and stuff like that, and DirectX as like a ecosystem, I guess, being like a more complete package. So yeah, that was an interesting read, and yeah, if you want to see more stuff, click here, I guess, and yeah, you will have my 100 videos playlist.